Hi, my name is Julia Olson, and this is my personal history project. Thanks in advance for listening, and I hope you liked it. This is my family, my nationalism. My family is incredibly important to me. When it comes to my family, I'm quite protective. I can mess with them all I want, but when someone else decides to screw around with my family, that's where the line is crossed. This photo isn't too old since my mom insists on annual pictures of the family. Next to my dad is my brother, Reese, who is in 8th grade, and next to my mom and I is my sister, Kate, who is in 3rd grade. We have lived in 3 or 4 different places, but never in explicitly rural or urban areas. We've always lived in the suburbs. One important thing about me is that I love music, and I'm not picky as to what kind of music. I like mostly all of it. But I guess I usually listen to pop, a lot of rock and alternative, and on weekends or with my dad in the car, we'll listen to Def Leppard or Van Halen or Aerosmith, to name a few. With my education, I hope to go to college at BYU, which is in Provo, Utah. My parents met there and my family and I have gone back and visited there many times. BYU is owned by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which I belong to. BYU is the largest of any religious university and is the 3rd largest private university in the U.S. and has almost 300,000 students. BYU has won 14 national championships in sports teams, and it offers a wide range of programs with sister schools in Hawaii and Idaho. I hope to go to the one in Utah. These are pictures of just a few LDS or Latter-day Saint temples. In the middle is a picture of the Salt Lake City Temple in Utah, and then to the left is the Houston, Texas Temple, and to the right is the Lei, Hawaii Temple. They are all beautiful and made immaculately with the best of everything out of respect and portraying love for God and His house. My family economic system would be socialism. I say this because when making decisions, all of our voices are equally heard. My parents try to treat us as equally as they possibly can, meaning me, my brother, and sister's point of views and opinions are taken into consideration, for the most part. I also say that we are a socialist system because my parents supply and pay for all of our food, clothes, water, etc. They supply our needs, but I am responsible to pay for anything that I want, such as the trip to the movies or the new phone I bought on Saturday. I am a saver. Always have been. I never spend my money, although occasionally my conservatism meets conflict when I'll pay for an iTunes card or go out to see a movie with friends. Ever since I started earning money, which was around 11 years old when I started babysitting. Since then, I've had the jobs of babysitter, lawnmower, waitress for the Tea for Two cafe, and most recently a nanny for 2 adorable kids. My family most closely resembles a monarchy. My dad likes to think he runs the house, but when it comes down to it most times, my mother heavily influences those decisions. We also have an unspoken constitution that as long as we respect the parents, they respect us. My family isn't very politically active, but I like to keep up with what's going on with things such as presidential elections and the fighting in the Middle East. My family tends to lean towards the Republican side, although more and more often we seem to become more of an independent than any of the other parties. It is hard to choose one side when there are strong push and pull factors for both sides. One distinction we seem to see more and more often between Republicans and Democrats is the line between gay marriage. I think a lot of what people don't realize is that although one might not believe in homosexuality, they don't have to persecute the person who does. And that's why we have things like religious tolerance. Otherwise, everything would be in chaos. There are always going to be people that believe or act differently than we do. The problem is in the way we handle it. Alan Turing's story was brought to light when The Imitation Game came out in 2014. To summarize for those who haven't seen this amazing movie, Turing was an absolute genius who was a crucial player in World War II, among many other things. But he was gay, and when people found out, he was treated as a monster. And like any other ordinary gay during that time, he was given the choice of prison or DES meds that would change everything about him. He chose the meds. He loved his work. 16 days away from his 42nd birthday, he committed suicide, still on the cruel meds. Into 2009, Britain made an official apology for the appalling way he was treated, and in 2013, Queen Elizabeth II granted him a posthumous pardon. In telling all this, I want to call to attention my belief that although people might not have the same beliefs that we do not have any right to judge or persecute them for it. In relation to judging, Daniel H. Pink once said, "Empathy is about standing in someone else's shoes, feeling with his or her heart, seeing with his or her eyes. Not only is empathy hard to outsource and automate, but it makes the world a better place." These would be my primary sources. Over the years, I have received a variety of awards. All my life, I've loved sports, and more recently, music has been added to the list of things I love. When I was younger, they'd give us club sport trophies. Now I tend to receive more stuff for band, which gives out a lot of patches and medals, usually during region season. My favorite time period in history would be World War I and II. I find the World Wars fascinating. There's so much to learn about this time period, and as we've learned about the wars, I've gained a better perspective on the US, what we are known for, and how we are regarded in comparison to all the other countries. It is also necessary to know what happened during those years because their results impact us today, too. So the years of 1914 to 1945 are closest to my interests because those were the beginning and end of the World Wars. So far. Thanks for listening to my presentation. I hope you have a great day.